So here's a quick disclaimer as to why there is the word duct tape in a title for a Pokemon playthrough. Have you ever had that moment where you return to a save game for Pokemon and it says it cannot find the file, or your save game has completely disappeared for some reason? Well, this is exactly that. I returned to my Pokemon Silver save game to find out that over 155 hours of saved footage was gone. So what I decided to do was I grabbed a fresh battery, I unscrewed the casing for my game, and I replaced the battery, strapping it in place with some duct tape. Hence, the duct tape playthrough. Because I'm going to play all of this all over again, so I can get a new main save game from which to trade Pokemon and items and such. That's the plan. So if you're up for that, and you're up for a somewhat casual playthrough to just build a main team and collect some items, then join me for this one. So today's going to be a bit of a walk. We're going to go all the way down from Violet City, across Route 32, downwards towards another dark cave, and then onwards towards Azalea Town. Once there, we'll save some Slowpokes at the well from Team Rocket, go and have a gym fight, and finally, if there's time left, we'll perhaps also even butt heads with a rival. But first things first, let's make our way down Route 32. So, what better way to begin Episode 2 than with a new catch? Here we are. Dunsparce comes out and we're just gonna rage until Wooper is in range for a Pokeball. And then we'll add Wooper to the team, which makes me excited because I like Wooper. I like Quagsire. I have a Quagsire on my Pokemon Stadium team somewhere in Stadium 2. There's cool ways to use it, and yeah, excited to add this to the team. I hope you don't mind if I once again speed up and add some exciting adventure music to the whole thing. We're just gonna plow through Route 32 and another cave, box a Kurt, and then make our way to the Slowpoke well to defeat the Rockets. We're getting solid XP in this cave, but to show you every fight at the actual speed would be a bit too dreary, so we're just skating through this. Picked up a quick TM there for Swift. Of course, since it's sped up so much, you probably wouldn't even recognize it or see it, but just so you know, picked up a TM. Right, and so Kurt just bolts off towards Slowpoke well, so we're just gonna follow the old man and then finish up the beef that he started. So I'm actually a big fan of that slightly evil rocket theme music. If I could have back in the day, I would have definitely used that as a ringtone for my Nokia phone. Say for example your mom calls, or your ex-girlfriend, or the route supervisor for your paper round. Wouldn't it be funny to have that rocket song as your ringtone, just so you know who it would be. And look at that! Enough XP is given to get Cyndaquil to evolve into Quilava, so that's a nice addition. Then we move on to even more rocket music. And Kurt is really happy with my help. But let's face it, I pretty much did all the work, so he should be happy with my help. And we get a lure ball. Right, let's get ready for the gym. Don't you just love that gym music? I can actually put this on in a regular gym and still feel hyped while doing excruciating like muscle or fitness exercises. I like it, it's a cool song. That Metapod is pretty much toast. And this is actually also where I realized that I actually wanted to start with Dunsparce, but forgot to swap Pokemon. And the reason for that is, well, you've seen me use anger management Dunsparce so far, and that's what we're doing again. We're just building up the rage, and once we get to the Scyther, that should mean we should do a fair bit of damage. Also, it knows Glare now, so that's another part of the strategy where we just cut Scyther's speed and get a chance for it to get paralyzed, then just punch it and punch it and punch it with rage. And if Dunsparce doesn't work, we'll have a few Pokemon in the back. Out comes the Glare, and that means that even if I get fainted, anything else will outspeed this, including the Quilava with a fire move in the back, so we're pretty much solid. Of course, I still want to get that KO with the Dunsparce. I've named it MVP, so I have to make its nickname partly true, or whatever you want to call it. So that's what we're trying. But it's not looking that smooth. We get a paralysis off, but 3 HP and poison, so yeah, there we go. That is the Dunsparce down, but that also means that a half HP Scyther with paralysis can just get burned to a crisp by our starter Pokemon. And it lives, actually. Look at that. There's barely any health left, but it lives. Quick attack, just to rub salt into the wound, I guess. Just kidding. There we go. That's a KO, and that is another gym badge. Let me throw you a hypothetical. Let's say you walked into this gym right here, facing Bugsy, and the first Pokemon you saw was a level 8 Pineco. It had Protect, it had Self-Destruct, and it could surprise you with that. Then there's a level, I don't know, level 10 Heracross. Just so it could have Horn Attack and maybe Fury Cutter. Followed by a level 15 Lediba, which knows Comet Punch. And if we're feeling like it, it could even get one of the elemental punches at Goldenrod, but that may be a bit much. Then his ace is a level 16 Scizor. Wouldn't that surprise you a bit more? Wouldn't you be a bit more like, okay, this dude's got bugs, but If I don't play it right, I might lose. That was kind of what I wanted to see from that, but instead he has a Kakuna, a Metapod, and a Scyther. And while Scyther isn't that bad, I would have loved to have seen Pokemon you haven't seen before. You know? So you could potentially have missed a few out in the wild, and then when you get to the gym you're like, oh wait, these things are available? That's cool. I gotta get me one of those. That's kind of what I was looking for. But, I apologize, sorry. I've been wasting a lot of your time. I promised you guys a rival fight. And so, let's just begin. My rematch against D-Bag. Let's face it, the first fight where I didn't know who this guy was yet, I lost. And so, this is my shot at redemption. Kinda have to show you guys now that I can win. And so the pressure is on. Ghastly down, and so now we're waiting for the next, which is going to be Croconaw. I don't like that matchup, so we're gonna find something to switch into, which usually when I don't know what to do is going to be my Dunsparce. Let's see if it can do anything against my rival starter Pokemon at all. Glare misses, that's unfortunate. Second time is the Charm. Okay, I go for a defense curl. I think I'm anticipating a scratch or some kind of physical move. Crit, though, completely ignores that, so that kind of sucks. Rage, and I guess it's just a rage and see how far we're going to get kind of thing. I was hoping the paralysis would matter, but then that crit kind of negated that. So, there goes the Dunsparce. No clean sweeps this time. I'm sending in my Wooper, which is far under level compared to his starter, so I'm switching again. At this point, I'm just kind of looking for ways past this. Looks like I'm trying to cheese as well, with Giggles the Ghastly trying to use that spite. That doesn't work. But I think my logic is that Croconaw can only use Water Gun, and so long as I spite the Water Gun, I can sort of stay ahead. Nice theory, but as you can see here, doesn't quite work out that way. Retry for Whoopee with the Slam. And now, I guess we're just gonna have to commit. We're gonna take a lot of damage from that Water Gun, but if we can get a couple of slams off, we might get in range. Paralysis, good. Keep going. And there you go, with a bit of luck. The Wooper still takes out the Croconaw, and we move on to the next Pokemon. I I'm going for a cheeky switch. Let's hope that doesn't come back to bite me. Wink wink, nudge nudge. No, I'm kidding. Especially since there's a supersonic and that sort of thing, usually on the Zubat. Just a bite is fine, but getting confused is not. There we go. That's a win. That's a second chance against the rival that we don't mess up. So that's good. And that is also the end of the Duct Tape playthrough episode 2. Thank you for watching, and I hope you will join me again for episode number 3 in the future. There's also a lot of fun stuff ahead. We're going to go to Goldenrod, we're going to go through Elix or Ilex Forest, I always mess up that pronunciation. I want to headbutt some trees to find new Pokemon. Pineco is one of the things I'm kind of aiming for. I'm going to use a slightly different tactic to try and defeat Whitney, so there's a whole bunch of things to look forward to, and I hope you will join me for that. So, yeah, see you soon.